kind of interesting the way they named that, because this is the one this is the vein coming back from the long thoracic artery. So you probably won't see that, but I would be prepared just in case. Now this is the only one, I will say this one will not be on there, I promise you that, the internal jugular. First of all, we'd be lucky if we can find it, and even when we do, it's so inconsistent as to where it is, where it comes off. But transverse scapular, posterior facial, transverse jugular, anterior, probably every one of them. Okay, these are all very easy for me to point to. So every one of them will be very important to you. On the lower half, adrenal lumbar, you're definitely going to see one of them. Probably the left. I did the right one once, but that's because it's harder to get to. It's underneath the liver, but you'll probably see this left adrenal lumbar. Right or left renal, probably not. But the spermatic or ovarian, you're definitely going to see one of them, one or the other. So I'll point to a genital vein. You have to tell me which one it is. It could be the right or the left. The left is easier for you because it's the one going into the left renal, but the right one's going into the inferior vena cava. Iliolumbar has a good shot of being on there. Common iliac, external iliac, and internal iliac. Definitely at least one of them and probably two of them. Okay? Not on the same cat either. I challenge you a little bit more that way. If I put them on the same cat, then you'll figure it out. And I want to make sure you know it. Deep femoral, I did that in the artery, so I'm probably not going to do that. I never do femoral, but one of these probably. I did the popliteal on the artery, so I'll probably do saphenous or superior geniculate. All right? So that's the veins. On the larynx, we got the model. There will be two questions on that. Thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, epiglottis I never do on the model. I'll give you a little hint on that. I don't even always do this one. You got a 50-50 shot seeing epiglottis. I almost think that's too easy. So, but if I do that one, it's on the plastinated specimen. I just refuse to stick pins in that other one anymore because we totally destroyed it. But yeah, cricoid cartilage, very good possibility of being on there. Then the paired ones, arytenoid and cuniculate. This one's never on there. We don't. It's not even on the model, and it doesn't show up on the specimen. But cuniculate, not on the specimen, but on the model. But arytenoid, either way. I've done arytenoid on the specimen. Now, what's not on here that I didn't highlight is the hyoid bone. That is fair game. So I want to remind you of that one. It's over there. It's also on the specimen. Okay, so I've done that one. That's a 50-50 shot. I don't do it a lot, but I do it 50-50, after times. So that's fair game. There's the specimen. So cricoid cartilage, thyroid cartilage. Again, the epiglottises won't be on this, but did you do this yet? Did you look at that? That's the hyoid bone way up there. Here it is on the other side. It's hard to see on the picture. Somewhere over here. Yeah, I think that's it. That's why I hate pointing to the pictures. I know where it is and I can't even see the dark thing. The dark areas here, though, that's definitely arytenoid. All right? If I put a pin in that dark area right there or there, that's the arytenoid. And then one of the vocal folds. I almost forgot to mention that. Either the true or the false one. Which one's the false? The top. 8 is the false or vestibular, and true vocal fold is the lower one. There's the specimen. Actually, we had two specimens. There's the hyoid bone on it. There's the epiglottis on this one. So make sure you look at both of them. Just depends on which one they put out there. On the model, hyoid bone, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage. From posteriorly, hyoid bone, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, right arytenoid, right cuniculate, left arytenoid, left cuniculate. So two of them will be on this. The specimen have 3, by the way. The model only has 2. We will have the respiratory tree out there, and it will be that specimen that doesn't have the piece of lung on there. I don't use the model for this at all. It's the specimen, and it's the one without the piece of lung on there. That's so we can do any of those branches. The trachea is too easy, but carina, one of the primary bronchi, one of the secondary, or a lobar bronchi, and you're not going to see secondary, it's going to say lobar. And segmental bronchi, these are all fair game. You know where they are, you should know that before you leave. You know, right superior lobar bronchus, right middle lobar bronchus, right inferior lobar bronchus, left superior lobar bronchus, left inferior lobar bronchus. One of them is definitely on there. One of those will definitely have a pin in it. So there it is. Just to be complete, that's the trachea, carina, the right primary bronchus, left primary bronchus. Behind this flag here, this 35 pin is in the right superior lobar bronchus, right middle lobar bronchus, right inferior lobar bronchus. This pin is behind this flag to 39, but that's the left superior lobar bronchus, left inferior lobar bronchus. All of these branches out here, all the left segmental bronchi, these are all right segmental bronchi. Three of those on this specimen. This won't be on there. This is only when I need extra stations. I put this thing on there. I don't think I need that many in this class. Yeah. So this won't be on there. The kidney structure, 2 on the model that looks like this. So renal cortex in the renal medulla, renal pyramid, a renal column, the tip of the pyramid, renal papilla, minor calyx, major calyx, and renal pelvis. And that's on this. So here we go. Renal cortex, renal pyramid, renal column, minor calyx, major calyx, wherever there's 2 or more, renal pelvis. And don't forget ureter. I did that once, so but that should be easy. That's fair game. 2 on that. This one won't be on there. I don't need bonus points here. For the nephron model, afferent arterial, glomerulus, efferent arterial. Outside here is the Bowman's capsule, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule. That's it. That's it on that specimen, and that's why they're all highlighted. Then on the nephron model, that's what this one's called, the nephron model. These are all renal corpuscles, that is fair game. Coming off the renal corpuscle, proximal convoluted tubule. That loop is the loop of Henle. Distal convoluted tubule. Collecting duct. And all of these blood vessels, I can point here, here, or here. Those are the paratubular capillaries. I'm going to do this side too, because students get confused when you reverse everything. This is reversed. Renal corpuscle, proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, collecting duct. So 2, 2, and 2. 6 questions. This won't be on there. On the reproductive system for the male, all of these are fair game on here. What do you need to know on this purple poster board? That skin sac, scrotum, testes, epididymis, spermatic cord, vase deferens, ampulla of the vase, seminal vesicle. The red thing here is the prostate. That is the ejaculatory duct. That is the prostatic urethra inside the prostate. This is the membranous urethra. Joining the membranous urethra back here is the Cooper's gland or bulbal urethral gland. Inside the penis, that's the penile urethra. On top is the corpus cavernosum, get it right, corpus cavernosum, and these 2 are corpora spongiosum. The tip of the penis is the glans penis. Now, here's a hint for you. There's certain things on here that I cannot do on the specimen. Things like the 3 divisions of the urethra, penile urethra, membranous urethra, prostatic urethra. If I want one of them, it has to be on here. The spongiosum or cavernosum, that has to be on here because our specimen is not cut in half. The ejaculatory duct, that has to be on here. Anything else? Oh, pampiniform plexus, I almost forgot that one. I do that one a lot too. Pampiniform plexus, that's the blood vessels right there. That has to be on here. Scrotum would have to be on here, but I'll give you a hint. I always do that on the cat. I want that. And that's it on the purple poster board. On the specimen, the things I really like the specimen for is the epididymis, the spermatic cord, the vas deferens, the seminal vesicles, the prostate. I could do prostate from behind or I could do it from underneath. The glans penis. I'll do it once again on the other side. I can't do epididymis here because it's covered over. There's the testes, spermatic cord, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, and prostate on that side. That's pretty much it on the specimen. This will be out there, but I don't use that one. On the male cat, 5 things. I give you 3 of these 5 things. Right or left scrotum, that's number 1. Right or left testes, that's number 2. Right or left spermatic cord, that's number 3. Right or left vas deferens, that's number 4. And then the penis, that's number 5. That's it. 3 of those 5 will be on there. So I keep it real simple when it comes to the calf. On the female, fimbriae, ovary, fallopian tube, myometrium. The tip here is the cervix, vagina, the external genitalia, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, and mons pubis. The external genitalia have to be on here. If I want labia majora, minora, clitoris, mons pubis, they are not on the specimen, they are on here. So that should be a hint. I usually use 2 of this, 3 questions on this. I usually use external genitalia for 2 of those. On the actual specimen, we can see myometrium, we can see endometrium, we can see cervix, we can see vagina, right or left ovary, right or left fallopian tube, right or left fimbriae. I get 3 questions. I usually do 2 on this and 1 on this, but sometimes it's the other way around. Where I do 1 on the other one and 2 on this. Uterus, fallopian tube, ovary, fimbriae. Uterus, fallopian tube, ovary, fimbriae. That's the right side, this is the left side. One more thing, that's the urinary bladder. Below it, that's the vagina. The female cat, 5 things. 3 of these 5 things will be on there. Number 1, either right or left ovary. Number 2, right or left uterine horn. Number 3, I have to go to the other cat. Uterine body. Number 4, the vagina. And number 5, the urogenital sinus. How do you know when the vagina ends and urogenital sinus begins? Look for the urinary bladder, look for the urethra. After the urethra is urogenital sinus. Before the urethra is the vagina. And that's it for the female cat. Then we did spermatogenesis, and what's this tube? Seminiferous tubule. What organ is this? The testes. What are these in here? The Leydig cells. The cells between the tubes are the Leydig cells. So I'm only giving you 3 things and 2 of them are on the test. And the picture looks like that. All right? On the female, I told you it was all labeled, and there it is. If I point to this entire circle, Graphian follicle. If I point to this thing inside there, that's the secondary oocyte. The layer around that, that is zona pellucida. The cells around that is corona radiata. And this big empty space is, it's not empty, it's fluid. Antrum, and these cells out here is zona granulosa. We are not doing fish embryology, so you can skip that. On the human embryology, you'll have a possibility of having the zygote, the morula, the blastocyst, the embryo, the amniotic cavity, the yolk sac, the embryonic disc. You know what? I never do embryonic disc. I've never done that one. I've done one of the layers. I always do one of these layers. Endoderm, ectoderm, or mesoderm. One of those will be on there. And then the allantois. So where are they? They're on this. Zygote, morula, M-O-R-U-L-A, blastocyst. This is the entire embryo, amniotic cavity, yolk sac, and the 3 layers next to the amniotic cavity, that top row, ectoderm. The bottom row next to the yolk sac, endoderm. And the little groove in between is the middle row, that's mesoderm. And down there, number 40 there, that's the allantois. That's it. 4 on this, because there's no starfish questions. 4 on this. I took those away so you don't have to worry about those words. It's just these. I'm done over here. Any questions about the PowerPoint?
Number 42.